So as some of you know, in 2016, the team behind Nickelodeon's SpongeBob Squarepants updated their intro from 4:3 to 16:9. I made a video on that when it first happened, back when I used Windows Movie Maker and a blue snowball microphone, so if you want to go see my original reactions to the intro, the link will be in the description below.
Actually, when you kind of think about it, it's really, really creepy. I mean, the original one actually looked vibrant and very, very realistic. It felt like it gave it an actual life. But the new CGI one, it looks so dead.
But today, I'm not going to be talking about the intro again, because I found quite an interesting video related to the intro. 10 things you never noticed in the SpongeBob intro by Kolobi Productions. Now, at this point, some of you might be getting the vibes of the Infinite List video, 5 Secret Things You Missed in YouTube Rewind 2016, the Ultimate 2016 Challenge. And that's because this dude not only talks the same way as Infinite List, but he manages to hit just past the 10-minute mark so he could put mid-roll ads in it. In fact, the guy straight up sounds like Infinite List. Take a look at this.
Has anyone took time to actually look at this SpongeBob intro and break it down? Today we're going to be taking a look at it. We're going to be breaking down things you guys did not notice.
So how exactly does one person make a 10-minute video about 10 things we never noticed about a 30-second theme song from 1999?
The short answer is, they don't. The long answer? Well, let's take a look.
Has anyone took time to actually look at this SpongeBob intro and break it down? Today we're going to be taking a look at it. We're going to be breaking down things that you guys did not notice and some of the things that I didn't notice.
Oh boy, we've already come to a problem. A lot of people seem to forget that this clip that he's using that deals with bananas and this pot pepper, these are all clips of a joke that was made in an episode on real estate, which just came out last year. Actually, June 3rd of last year. I guess he's using those clips to fill in the runtime or fill in footage for him to use in the video. I don't really know. The guy could have just continued on using footage of the actual theme song instead of clips from this episode, but who knows?
We'll take a look at the parrot. Did you know that that's actually Patchy the pirate's parrot? Okay, that sounds like a tongue twister. It's a tongue twister, but Patchy the pirate's parrot.
One, I'm sorry for sounding like a SpongeBob enthusiast, but the name of the parrot is Potty the Parrot. Two, I know you didn't bring it up, but I might as well say it anyway. The pirate in the opening is not Patchy. It's actually a person named Painty the Pirate. And for three, I'm sorry, this sounds like a tongue twister, but Potty the Parrot's beak is yellow, while the parrot's beak on Painty the Pirate is black. Okay, that took a lot out of me. But let me tell you all an actual fact about Painty the Pirate that some of you might not know. Did you know that the mouth that's on Painty the Pirate is actually Steven Hillenburg's mouth?
It's crazy how we can break things down. I mean, I never noticed this the whole time I was seeing it, but now that I actually slowed it down and think about it, it really is his own. And it's been there forever. It's been in the intro since season 1 of SpongeBob. This is crazy. Did you...
Oh, hold up. Can we count how long that pause was?
Since season 1 of SpongeBob. This is crazy. Did you...
Now, I get it. Things like this kind of happen all the time. Like the news does this all the time. Or it's an editing mistake. This happens all the time. But this looks like it happens way too often. In fact, let me show you how long he runs his intro at the end of the video to get it to the 10-minute mark.
Thanks for watching. Peace out.
This looks so stupid. I genuinely thought it was for a parody video. I thought this was some kind of parody video to try to get to the 10-minute mark, just like all those other trend channels. But no, this is legit.
Now, when SpongeBob is driving in to put the logo for SpongeBob Squarepants, he's driving a boatmobile and some other, boats. If you actually, take time to think about it, SpongeBob has never had his driver's license. I mean, his boating's license.
I think Berlizzi already beat you to it on that point.
If nautical nonsense be something you wish.
So you telling me this sponge can drive 4 boats at the same time, but can't pass Miss Protest?
He's never had his boating license, so how in the world is he driving it in this intro? I never really thought about this. I mean, I thought it was just him going across the screen, but no, he's actually driving the boat perfectly. He's not crashing. Miss Puff is not getting mad, guys.
I'm kind of on the fence on this point, really. There is a lot of stuff about it that I'm kind of just thinking about, like you just said. The pilot episode that had the theme song aired on May the 1st, 1999. The episode Boating School, which is the first appearance of Mrs. Puff, aired on August 7th, 1999. And another thing is that SpongeBob is just driving straight in the intro. He's not going at an angle, he's not going at different curves, he's not trying to block a wall or anything, like he's just going straight. And funnily enough, that's the only thing that he's able to do when driving an actual boat in the show. It's just going straight.
I mean, SpongeBob literally had, in one of the episodes, he literally had something over his eyes. He had a bandage over his eyes. He couldn't see anything. And then he just drived perfectly when he couldn't see. But when he could see, he couldn't drive. And in this, he's driving. You know, it's just a cool thing to see. Because he doesn't have his boating license. And it's pretty strange to see him doing that. I mean, in the episode, it's very clear that he never has it. Just as it's clear that Plankton will never...
I'm sorry, can you get to the fucking point? Like, I have never had to interrupt someone before with a video, but you go on.
When SpongeBob is dancing to get his body back to form, his pants goes off on its own. Now, what's happening is the music is actually driving his pants, his work pants, to go to his body. The flute, do-do-do-do-do-do, you know, the flute is actually carrying the pants to SpongeBob.
This guy's... Have you even seen the actual intro yourself? The flute part is literally right after SpongeBob gets his pants back in the opening. And I'm sorry for my swearing, even though I'm going to censor it, but what the f*** do you mean by the flute carrying his pants? And also, what are you talking about when it comes to the music taking off his pants and then carrying it to him at the end of the SpongeBob Squarepants text? Like, you are thinking way too deep into these videos. And I thought I was thinking deep into those commercials that I talked about previously. This is far, far worse than that. All that the pants segment literally was just a fun little thing to animate to go along with the tempo or the tune of the song. So it had something to do with the song, but not like the way that you're talking about.
And also, if you look in the background of the logo, you can see SpongeBob outlined in blue, and that's, you know, that kind of looks like Doodle Bob if you think about it. Doesn't that kind of look like Doodle Bob? Doodle Bob was referenced in the first season of SpongeBob. Isn't that crazy, guys?
Well, he had at least one good point on the run, and he ended up ruining it in the end. If Doodle Bob was actually referenced, then he would have been in the pilot to begin with, but he's not. He was just a random character that was added in an episode titled Frankendoodle, and it was a Season 2 episode of the show. And the character is actually called Sketch Bob, according to the book How to Draw SpongeBob SquarePants, The Bikini Bottom Collection.
I'm not gonna lie, this does look like a better version of Doodle Bob, but it is what it is, guys. But yeah, that literally looks like Doodle Bob. I can't believe I haven't seen any of these. And guys, there are some things that we missed, and we're gonna go back to show you. There's the hand. Now, whose hand is that? Did we ever really think on his hand? Is that? I don't know who this is. But this particular, his coat is orange, orange, reddish, it's not black. And so his hand, who exactly is his hand? And what's it doing against his hand? But guys, what you feel realize that it's actually the actual art. The problem is the hand is black, the is black, and the is purple. So yeah, something going on. Also, his hand, so this actually look everything. But what's going on? Who is this? And why is this happening? Well, finally, it's happening. That's how many times have we seen a human character come in response to the SpongeBob people? You know, the fish underwater.
I mean, I could think of a few. There was the narrator who was actually underwater in the episode No Free Rides. There's Painty the Pirate himself who actually responded to SpongeBob in an episode Your Shoes Untied.
Arr, I be just a painting of a head.
And there's Patchy the Pirate, but technically that wouldn't count because he was just hallucinating in the episode Truth or Square. I'm actually surprised myself that I know a lot about this, considering the fact that I wasn't even born during the time of SpongeBob being released. I'm surprised I know more about a theme song from 1999 compared to someone who was actually alive during 1999.
Now, Sandy Cheeks is not a fish, whatever you believe, guys. That's not a fish, it's a squirrel, okay? And it sucks that I have to teach this to you guys.
What? Sandy is a squirrel? Oh my god, I never knew that. I always thought she was a fish with all that fur on her. Now let me go believe that SpongeBob is a f***ing shark.
But I'm just trolling, I know you guys know. I'm just joking.
Aw, you were joking? Aw, that sucks. I really needed that education.
But she really is a creature, but it can't be because she's an animal. But when we think about human characters, think about the characters that we saw with the gorilla in the one episode where SpongeBob, you know, was hiding his napkins, etc., etc. There was a gorilla, and that plot twist was that was the best plot twist I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I've never seen any plot like a gorilla in SpongeBob, dude. What in the world, dude? That's crazy.
I'm sorry, but what does this have to do with the SpongeBob intro? Like, I've been trying to watch you for the past couple minutes, and I never got a single thing through. Like, I don't understand what this has to do with the SpongeBob intro.
Maybe the person in the gorilla suit was a human. Well, it obviously was. And I don't know how they breathe underwater, but you know, that's besides the point, guys. SpongeBob logic. I mean, come on, there's campfires under SpongeBob, for crying out loud.
Huh. Did he just make a point that I can actually agree on? Oh my god! He actually said a point that I can actually agree on! Please, somebody, cue the party noise! Bring out the birthday cake! Oh my god! It's a miracle!
But it is weird that, you know, we really will never see who this hand is. Guys, there are more things that we did not notice in the SpongeBob intro that we already skipped, and we're gonna go back to it. So let's go back and rewind.
You know, it's funny. This guy repeats himself more often than I deactivate MC. If you repeat yourself more often than a Minecraft YouTuber, that's saying something, and I'm afraid to say what it is.
Did you know that SpongeBob's body splitting in half like this is to emphasize that he's a sponge and that he can't be destroyed?
That's a little bit far-fetched. I mean, we have seen him split into multiple pieces and then back together in the episode Sponge Who Can Fly, but that was a Season 3 episode.
Did you know in the intro that Patrick's house is actually missing? That rock and that mushroom and that coral is clearly blocking Patrick's house.
Again, he makes another point that I'm actually okay with. Like, why is it that Patrick's house is covered up to begin with? Isn't he friends with SpongeBob? Why is his house covered up while Squidward's house is intact?
But what if I were to tell you that you're absolutely correct? I don't know, dude. His house, I mean, I would think that it's in the same, I think it would be a little bit bigger, but I guess, you know, his house is really under there, because you can tell that this is like a fisheye lens. Did you notice the tub that SpongeBob goes into is actually the tub that Gary was forced to go into in the earlier seasons?
Or that could just simply be SpongeBob's bathtub, because we can also see it in the teaser trailer for the SpongeBob Squarepants movie, which, by the way, is the first time you get to hear the word hell in something related to SpongeBob. And it was also seen in a more recent episode titled Stuck in the Ringer, which is not a really good episode.
In one of the episodes, SpongeBob wanted to give Gary a bath badly. I mean, Gary just did not comply. And maybe that's the same bathtub. Now, I may be wrong on this.
I mean, you're not wrong on it since it's literally just SpongeBob's bathtub.
And I could be completely off on this. But, you know, it's just one of the things that we gotta understand, because in SpongeBob, continuity is real. If you think about it, the episodes are actually really connected.
Again, there's another point that I can actually agree on. The dude's actually getting better throughout this video. The dude's actually getting better with his points. There is semi-continuity in SpongeBob. I mean, all these characters do exist. If continuity didn't actually exist in SpongeBob, then he wouldn't be working at the Krusty Krab to begin with, because that's what happened in the episode Help Wanted. But there is a bit of continuity off in the series. Like, for example, Snelly the Snail from The Great Snail Race, which is a snail that Squidward owned. What happened to her? Where did she go?
So guys, this is it. This is the end. We're good. I think we've hit every point in the SpongeBob episodes. SpongeBob intro, I mean. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, to simply put it to you, the entire ending is literally just him constantly saying, oh, this is the end, we got all the points done. And then he goes and shows off the clips of that scene from Unreal Estate where they parody the theme song. I'm not even gonna bother showing you the ending because we already know what's gonna happen. This video is just so predictable and just flat out unbearable to watch. If you wanted to make the video 10 minutes to get to the 10-minute mark, you could have gone a lot more detail into your points. Some of your points don't even pass the 10-second mark.
Did you know that this is actually an island? Now, when SpongeBob is driving...
This is honestly the most embarrassing video I've seen related to SpongeBob. Even Nickelodeon would want to compete you in a cringe competition. So, what have we learned today? Well, I've taught you an actual fact that some of you might not know about SpongeBob. We saw a very, very cringy top 10 video related to SpongeBob, and we saw the most desperate way to get to the 10-minute mark. I've never made a video like this in so long, but I feel like it was needed for something like this to come onto YouTube. I have a feeling this is actually ran by the same guy, Infinite List. I have a feeling that this is literally the same person like I just said a moment ago. But I want to hear what you all think. What are your thoughts on the video? Do you like it or do you hate it? Tell me in the comments. And if you have any other suggestions for what you want me to talk about next, and if you have any fan art that wants to submit to me, you can submit it all via Twitter, Discord, comment section below, my message board, or in the community tab. And if you did enjoy this video, hit the like button, and renew the subscribe button, and the notification button to be notified whenever I upload a video. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Now let me go believe that SpongeBob is a f***ing shark!